Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is another UFO that was captured from a plane. You see this UFO here. Also have this video from Reddit of a meteor that spits out a craft that flies out the back of it. You see that here. Also have this video, I'm pretty sure I've shown before, of this strange craft that was captured by the International Space Station over Earth. And here is a photograph of some golden lights that were seen in Sedona, Arizona. And this is a short video by Jack Valet about a UFO that was sighted in Manitoba, Canada in 1975. And then this is a very interesting 1 hour and 40-minute presentation by Robert Dean, who was a pretty high military official in Europe. I think he held like a cosmic top secret clearance. I think one of the highest clearances you could have. But he was able to read some top secret reports on UFOs, and he described what he sees here. Also have this video, which is kind of a follow-up of the video that I posted the other day about the possible crash site in the woods. And in this video, these guys visit that crash site here in the beginning, and then they also set up these trail cams, infrared trail cams that then captured this this strange humanoid here. I mean, who knows if it's real or not. Also have this video. It's a top 5 Bigfoot sightings. And then also have these photographs from the Ariel school incident where a UFO landed in South Africa and encountered these kids. These kids describe what they saw. And then last is this video about Yangshan Quarry in China. And this guy goes and visits and shows you, these giant blocks of stone that they were cutting out of the out of this quarry here. And in it he says that they stopped because they figured that this was too big, which is, again, that's ridiculous because there have been so many other blocks of stone cut and moved previous to this. There's a possible theory of why these projects stopped all over the planet. A lot of these huge megalithic projects all stopped at approximately the same time. And some people think the reason why they stopped at approximately the same time is because they all found out that there was a meteor on the way to, impact the planet. They just stopped and, did whatever. I mean, I think some of them either joined the existing civilizations that were living in the oceans, or, maybe they were able to construct or build their own environments, in the oceans. Possible. Anyways, let's go to this first video here. Now, again, this is one of those videos that, someone had captured of one of these UFOs from a plane. Now, this is only a 12-second clip, so check this out. Well, that was quick. There's some people who try to debunk it, claiming that they made it. I'm like, I've seen the version that was created. It looks like a CGI version. It looks nothing like that. Anyways, link to that will be in the description. Now, this is an interesting clip here, and this is probably like the 3rd or 4th clip I've seen of this. See this craft here? It's going to come shooting out of the back of this supposed meteor. So, anyways, check this out. Yeah, now that thing that shot out the back was obviously not a meteor. This, I don't think, is a meteor. Again, you're not getting the same debris field. The random pieces just falling off, burning off. This looks too uniform to be a meteor. Anyways, link will be in the description. This is an interesting video. I'm pretty sure I've played this before, but anyways, check this out. Let me back up so you get an idea of where you're at. And, notice all of this activity up here. This is low Earth orbit. I'm telling you, man, stuff is going on over our heads 24/7.
Esa luz se acerca, yo veo que se acerca. Vamos a amplificar. Muy luminoso, ¿no? Ahí está la Tierra, el contorno de la Tierra, la ciudad. No se aleja, no se acerca esa luz. Se está alejando, ya se fue. Desde luego que era algo o que desapareció. A ver si un ovni. Vamos a ver, ahí, ¿qué es eso? A ver, ahí vemos algo. Ah, Chihuahua.
Yeah, look at that thing. What the hell is that? I think, yeah, the whole video is just, him closing up on this thing, changing the light. Anyways, link will be in the description. Next, I have this video from Scott C. Waring where somebody captured these golden lights in Sedona, Arizona. And I'm pretty sure this area gets a lot of UFO activity. Anyways, check this out.
Scott C. Waring found this one, he says. Date of sighting, March 2018. Location of sighting, Sedona, Arizona, USA. Source, MUFON number 90899. Bright golden lights were seen at Sedona this week in the mountains. The bright lights were caught in 2 different photos, always in the same location. The mountains would make a great exit area for UFOs that were leaving an underground base in the area. Also in the clouds above the mountains is another golden UFO. It's unknown if the lights were seen by the eyewitness or when they got home, but often cameras catch the full activities of the moment, where the human eye is more flawed and processes much less.
Yeah, look at that. I wonder if these are real. Can't tell if this is photoshopped or if this is something that is real. Anyways, link will be in the description. Let's go to this one here. Now, this is a short video. It's only, 49 seconds long. So let me just play this.
2 separate sightings over common in front of 4 witnesses. The first sighting occurs at approximately 10:30 p.m. The object appears to be stationary just above the ground. Then, almost simultaneous, with a flash which appears in the sky, the object moves north at blinding speed. Only when the film is later analyzed in slow motion does Carr realize what he has captured photographically. Approximately an hour later, a second sighting occurs. The object appears over a group of trees and moves from left to right at an apparently low relative altitude to the horizon. Again, slow motion analysis provides a fascinating study of this unexplained event.
Yeah, I want to point out, they've been studying these things for a long time. So this notion, that they're going to reveal anything at the UFO hearings is ridiculous. And they're not even revealing anything. They're actually hiding more than they're revealing. Anyways, let's go to this next video here. Yeah, even here, this is where Robert Dean talks about what they've learned. And this is from the 1960s. So anyways, let me play this part here.
The mass effect of this subject. And the last and not the least, and the one I think probably is one of the most important over the years, is the theological implications and the worldwide impact of what this subject might mean. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why the lid has been placed firmly down, why they classified it cosmic at that time, why this report is still in NATO files, still declared cosmic top secret, and is still considered to be probably the most sensitive document NATO has. Now, what was this study all about? When they finished it up and I had a chance to read it, it not only had an impact upon me, it had an impact upon every one of us in the war room. There were colonels and generals and admirals, and there were air marshals and commodores, squadron leaders. Everybody who saw it was affected by it. No one of us have ever been the same. Let me tell you basically what the study concluded in 1964. The planet Earth, and apparently the entire human race, is and has been the subject of an extensive intensive and massive survey and examination by several, remember that, several extraterrestrial civilizations. This study has been extremely thorough and detailed. These civilizations have demonstrated not only high intelligence, but an extremely advanced technology that may possibly be hundreds, if not thousands, of years beyond our own. Evidence collected and studied by this report indicates that apparently there is some kind of a process or a plan unfolding. They, whoever they are, continually demonstrate that the development of some kind of a program is underway. They could see that in '64 as a result of the 3-year study. Over the years, we've seen it continue. We know it even progresses to that today. There is something happening, something is unfolding, there's some development taking place. That's why I consider it so crucial that people pay attention and inform themselves about what's really been going on.
Let me just stop that right there. Yeah, notice he said that there are several. I mean, he says they're extraterrestrial, but I think that's part of the brainwashing where, even he is withholding some of the information, or maybe he doesn't know, but I don't think that when he calls them they, I don't think they are from off planet. I think they, and he says that there are several. I think they're here from Earth. Yeah, that they're not visiting. And he also said that that this study went on in '64, and it was a 3-year study. So again, our government, or certain people within our government, are completely aware of this, and they are a part of the cover-up. And some of the people that are supposedly now in the process of revealing, they're the ones that were part of the cover-up. Again, I think it's ridiculous that the people who were most responsible for withholding this information from the public back in the 60s and 70s and 80s are now the people who are supposed to be the ones, releasing this information, and they're not. They're the ones who are just controlling the narrative. Anyways, a link to this will be in the description. Yeah, this is a strange one here. I posted a video the other day about a possible crash site in the woods. Well, these guys actually went back to the crash site to check it out, and then they set up a trail cam, an infrared trail cam, and they caught this little dude here. But anyways, let me just back this up where they talk about the crash site.
Nothing that could have been in there pulling them all down, so it would have landed on it. There's another clearer view of the crash site.
Anyways, yeah, you can see these things are pulled up from the roots, and that text said it was scorched. The roots were scorched. But anyways, they also set up a trail cam, and check out this thing that they captured.
So then, this creepy figure was recorded on an infrared trail camera. They've posted this clip a few times into Facebook groups, with a few people pointing out that the time frame jumps when the figure appears into shot. So then they've just automatically assumed it's a fake video. But it did make me question the video's authenticity also. So I asked what the reason was. Why did the video seem to jump in time? The answer is pretty simple. It's a motion detection trail camera that takes 8-second videos when something triggers the sensor. I have the full trail camera footage, which I will play in a minute, that shows the figure, and the entire trail camera footage is only 1 minute 50 seconds long. So during the entire evening, since the camera was set up, it was only triggered a few times.
Anyways, check that thing out. Who knows? This is in the infrared too. Link will be in the description. Let's go to this one here. Yeah, this is top 5 real Bigfoot videos. Now in this one, supposedly this is a female Bigfoot picking up her baby. So let me just back this up a little from the beginning. Look at that. You know, what I find interesting about this clip is you can see there's care and concern. And I believe that, you know, this baby Bigfoot was away from the mother because the mother probably was out hunting for food and, you know, placed it over here to keep it protected. But you can see this is a maternal instinct here. So, you know, these creatures are family units. I mean, there are videos out there of like 8 or 6 of them hunting Bigfoot in Yosemite. There are stories of people who were kidnapped and brought to family units. Again, you know, the people that have been doing the research, they have come to the conclusion that there are at least 4 different species of these hominids, or I think these are a cross. Definitely, this is a cross between a hominid and a primate, because they can't. They don't have any necks. They don't turn their necks the way humans do. They turn their bodies like primates. You know, like when primates turn, they have to turn their whole torso around because they don't have necks to look behind them. And all of these Bigfoot also exhibit that type of movement where when they look behind them, you know, they have to torque their whole torso around as opposed to just their neck. Anyways, there's other, you know, clips on here of a Bigfoot. Here's one here. Look at that, standing up. And I think there's the one at the end here where, oh yeah, here's one where this one's walking. And, you know, in these clips, you can see that this is not someone in a monkey suit, because you can see the muscles through the fur. Like if this person was in a monkey suit, you know, the suit would not show any muscle definition. But when this thing steps and moves, you can see the muscles ripple, you know, as it would if this was a gorilla. But look at that. That's a humanoid walking. And anyways, a link to that will be in the description. Let's go to this one here. Now, these are some photos from the Ariel school incident. This is a UFO that landed in South Africa and confronted some kids. You know, and I want to also point out that these little grays that these kids saw weren't wearing any type of life support system. You know, they were breathing this air, and they were walking around on this planet completely acclimated to our gravity. So if they're from another planet, you know, there's no way they're going to be able to breathe our air and be adjusted to our gravity. I think, you know, just like Robert Dean says, you know, we are some type of experiment, and, you know, these guys are, every now and then they check up on us. And the thing with the nuclear facilities always being shut down. Yeah, if you found out that the kids knew how to strike matches, wouldn't you take the matches away too? I think, you know, again, our advanced neighbors are coming up and taking the matches away from us because they don't want us to blow up their home. Anyways, a link to this will be in the description. And last is this video here about this guy who visits Yangshan Quarry here. And again, you know, he claims that they had to stop because they figured out they couldn't move it, which is, you know, that's European quackademic thinking, that they're projecting their inability to move these blocks of stone onto ancient people. Anyways, check this out.
This quarry's been used for centuries. The stones that we're going to see are unfinished stones that were carved, an emperor carved to honor his father, I believe, and never, the scale of the project was so massive that once they had cut it, they were never able to remove it because they realized they weren't going to be able to transport it to the locations that they had originally intended, so it was just left in place. This whole area that we're going to be walking through, up to that point, has been built here to kind of entice tourists.
Again, I think, you know, he's wrong there because there's so many other blocks of stone that have already been cut and moved. So I think the people are right that they've realized there was a meteor getting ready to impact the Earth, so they had to stop. But anyways, check out and then another thing is the idea that primitive people made these precision cuts, right? Or that they could cut this out, but then didn't have the ability to move it. Is again, that's European quackademic thinking.
These cutout areas are sections that they would have started cutting out so they could eventually remove it. They go in about...
Yeah, and here, look at this. Look at these uniform. This, to me, this is the shape of whatever tool they were using to cut this out. I think they must have been able to soften the stone or something. But yeah, you can obviously see that these are tool marks. I think whatever tool that they were using is that size and shape right there. Let me see. Let me go to some other parts where they show you the size of this.
But I have to assume they're put in place for helping to move these massive stones. Just to give you an idea how big all this is, I'm 6'2", and this base here is taller than I am. So these two stones are two pieces of three that were intended to make up this monument that the emperor in the 15th century made to honor his father. This massive stone here on my left to your right is over 2,700.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, what would it take us to do this today? Whatever it would take us to do this today, at a minimum, that's what they would have had to have back then also. Again, in this idea that, oh, they figured out, they were able to do all this, but then they figured out, oh, it's too big. Ignoring the fact that there are other giant stone megaliths already built all over the planet. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.